Do you know what it means to be a motherless daughter? Did you know you can have mother loss without mother death? Mother loss comes in many forms, and Motherless Daughters Ministry is here to help you navigate through your particular mother loss. While you are unique, you are definitely not alone. We have 25 years worth of pearls of wisdom to help you on your mother loss journey, and we are sharing all of these pearls with you through this very podcast, Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, sponsored lovingly by Motherless Daughters Ministry.
Hello, I'm Gladys Bell, your host. We're so glad to have you with us today. If you are blessed by our ministry and would like to give back through a donation, please check our show notes for a link. As a nonprofit working to reach motherless daughters, we appreciate your support. Every donation helps make a difference in providing content for motherless daughters. Now, today's episode features 2 blogs by one of our gifted blog writers, Kris Fisher. Although these were written in 2016, everything she shares could be considered what we call, quote, evergreen material, unquote. It rings true whenever you hear it if you have a shared experience. Kris shares her journey from early years before she had a label for the feelings and events of her young life to the explorations of the beginning stages of dementia. Let's hear the first part of Kris's story. I feel like I finally have a relationship with my mother, and now I'm losing her. Already. Again. For most of my life, I've struggled to find a relationship with her that is satisfying. In my teens and 20s, I could only see that she and I were so different. I didn't want to be anything like her. In my 30s, I craved her approval. She hurt me often. I was continually disappointed and angry. In my 40s, I finally saw her, a woman, a mother, a daughter. None of those roles had been easy for her. She didn't do a perfect job, but she did the best she could. I have forgiven her. I have forgiven myself. We have become something close to comfortable with each other. She calls me for advice on dealing with her difficult mother. And now, just when I have a relationship with her, not the one I've always desired, but enough that it feels satisfying, I'm losing her. She is losing herself. And so I am filling in for her, making doctor's appointments, driving her to them, ensuring that she is eating well and taking her medications, helping her record receipts in her checkbook, listening to the same stories over and over. I am becoming her mother. This is not the role I want. I am doing it, though, and I am putting in my best effort to be a good mom to her. I ask her questions to get her talking if she wants, but I don't push her if she wants to be quiet. I see the fear in her eyes, fear that she might become like her older sister, living in the nursing home without her memories. I put on my calm demeanor. I'm losing her. I can feel it. But I also know that God has uniquely prepared me for this. For the past 5 years, I have been helping a friend, now quadriplegic, from MS. I wash and repair her clothing. I record appointments on her online calendar. I read devotions to her. In this way, I've learned to be calm, to listen, to be her hands and feet. I've worked my way on the path to forgiveness, letting go of past hurts, learning to embrace others as they are, and creating a support system of women who provide the mothering I need, bits from one person, pieces from another. I've learned to be grateful for the gifts received from my mother and all the special women God has put in my life. I've watched the movie Still Alice multiple times, having been so impacted that I wanted to understand how the black sheep daughter could come home to become caregiver for her mom. I've learned a new definition of love that incorporates steadfastness and selflessness without losing self. Yes, I am losing her, but I'm gaining her too. It's not the way I always wanted it. I don't feel prepared for it at this point in my life. But I'm learning. I will be calm. I will be grateful. I will love.
We're going to take a short break and then we'll hear the rest of the story.
Hi, I'm Daniela Najoli, Director of the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Our Connection and Conversation Circles is the newest part of our holistic empowerment section of the ministry. The circles bring together women from across the country and from around the world to build community, find a sense of belonging beyond our support groups, and to share their journeys with other women who truly understand. We just wrapped up a powerful 4-week session where hearts were opened, new bonds were formed, and healing took root. So many daughters have found comfort, gained so much clarity, and made many connections in this space. And now it's your turn. Not quite sure if the connection and conversation circles are for you? Here's what other participants had to say. This was a wonderful and comforting opportunity, and I believe this group will be continuing on its own. I really like the way we opened with prayer and acknowledged that there is a God who cares about our grief. I appreciate how we could share our thoughts with others in the group and how they affirm our experiences. I appreciated the confidentiality piece. It was nice to be anonymous. Didn't have to filter anything. The quality of group leaders who also experienced mother loss, connections within the group, and learning from one another. So we invite you to register today for our next Connection and Conversation Circle at motherlessdaughtersministry.com. Click the What We Offer link at the top of the website and scroll down to our Holistic Empowerment section to find our latest Connection and Conversation Circle offerings. Come as you are, and remember, you are not alone.
Last night, my friend lost her mom. She held a vigil at her mother's bedside for 9 days, watching the struggle for breath, feeling the cooling limbs, staying strong for the other family members. After 9 days, my friend knew she needed to sleep in her own bed for a night, get some rest, gain some perspective. And on that night, her mother slipped to the next life. Why? Why did she wait for 9 days? Why did she wait until she was alone? What's hard for me to swallow is that we can't know the answers to these questions. If they won't share it with us, we just can't know what is going on in our mothers' minds. My own mother is not the same as she was 2 years ago. I suspect dementia is slowly taking her away, but there is still not a diagnosis. And so we wonder and speculate while we visit doctors, try medications, and wait. What is clear is that she is changed. Gone is the fierce leader I was afraid of during my growing up years. She is now insecure, unsure of the best action in the simplest of situations. Gone is the woman who disapproved of my thoughts and decisions. She is now thankful and complimentary at every turn. Instead of it being a pleasant reprieve from the way things used to be, I'm finding it challenging to strike a new way of being with her. I just don't recognize my mother in this new person. And so I want to know what's going on in her mind. I have questions I want to ask her. Do you feel like something is wrong? Are you afraid? Is it okay that I am here by your side? And yes, I still want to ask, do you have any regrets? What do you see when you look at me? Are you proud of who I have become? Several years ago, we arrived at a surface-level relationship that we both could live with, and while I'd like to find a deeper level of intimacy with her now, I worry that I will scare her away. And maybe I'm still afraid of her rejection. I think there is a longing for intimacy found in the daughters of emotionally absent mothers. I thought I had grown away from my yearning for this, but now, as my mother is changing and becoming lost to me in a different way, I find myself craving that intimacy again. I'm almost 50 years old and I still want my mommy. I still want her reassurance and acceptance and love. And yet it seems that it is my turn now to give those things to her, to let her know what I see in her, an undermothered daughter herself, who did the best she could in difficult circumstances, a woman who raised me with a home, adequate clothing, and 3 square meals a day, a mother who in good and not so good ways helped me become the woman I am today. And it occurs to me right now that, in spite of the fact that she wasn't always who I needed or wanted her to be, she did a pretty darn good job.
We're going to take a short break to tell you about an opportunity, then come right back to the podcast.
Join a sisterhood of those who will see you. We invite you to a 4-day healing retreat. The Journey, Healing the Wounds of Mother Loss One Step at a Time, is a residential retreat focusing on mother loss and its effect on your life, how her absence shapes your identity, influences your style of mothering and relationships, how your grief surfaces throughout your lifetime, and how you experience living beyond your mother's final years. You are worthy of healing and support, and the time is now. You will have excuses of "I'm too busy" and a million reasons of why not to go. Push those aside and give yourself a gift of renewal. For more information and to register, look for the Journey Retreat on our website, motherlessdaughtersministry.com.
In reflection, Kris candidly shared the progression of her dementia awareness. From adolescence through midlife, she pushed through hurts, disappointments, and dissatisfaction. No doubt, throughout those years, there were individuals and families who modeled what she was seeking. And just when a satisfactory relationship was within reach, it began to slip away. Popular guidance points us to suggestions that facilitate communications, daily management techniques, legal matters, and basic safety measures. It is also essential to develop a solid support system and prioritize self-care. The onset of dementia ushers one into a coerced season of adjustment. The personality and behaviors that were so familiar are gone. The coping mechanisms you developed are no longer relevant. This major shift has transformed the familiar into unknown territory, filled with lots of questions about them, about you, and your relationship with them. Regardless of how we arrived to the club of the motherless, it is nonetheless an adjustment. Dementia requires navigation of what is termed ambiguous loss, or adjusting to mother's cognitive absence while physically present. This can be further complicated by an existing emotional absence. At the same time, there is a reversal of roles from daughter to mother and caregiver. Kris shared significant steps taken for her survival and development. Notice that, number one, she was proactive and created a support system made up of, quote, bits and pieces from several different people who provided the mothering she needed. We all need it and never outgrow what she termed as the craving for the nurturing of mother. Number two, she worked her way toward forgiveness. It is not always easy, but requires one to be intentional and put forth effort. Number three, she kept herself open to new learnings. The word learn is in her testimony at least 5 times. She said she, quote, learned to be calm, learned to embrace others as they are, learned to be grateful, and learned a new definition of love, unquote. Reframing situations and circumstances goes a long way toward adjustment to change. Number 4, and lastly, but certainly not least, she acknowledged God's hand in her life. Through reaching out to help another, God prepared her for what laid ahead in her life. She acknowledged the gifts she learned to be grateful for, received from the special women God brought into her life. Learning how sweet it is to trust in God is helpful in working toward the acceptance of change when the why questions loom heavy. As a faith-based organization, we have 25 years of experience in finding that the inspired core values firmly support our mission to serve motherless daughters. There is a familiar hymn, the lyrics for which can be found in the show notes, that states, quote, farther along, we'll understand it all by and by. You are welcome to join the more than 11,000 social media followers who have found community, and know that you are not alone.
Thank you for joining us here at Motherless Daughters Ministry. If you need more nurturing words, we encourage you to have a listen to other episodes of this podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or follow button so you can join us again next time.